Hi, my name is Chloe. I'm a senior here at Northwood, and last semester I did my exchange in the Netherlands at the Hague University of Applied Sciences, where I was part of the International Business Program. I would say the classes are pretty comparable in regard to size, and a lot of them are discussion-based, similar to some of the courses here at Northwood. But there were no weekly assignments, which was really nice for me because it gave me an opportunity to go explore, travel with some of the friends I had made over there. However, there are midterms and finals, both projects and exams, that have slightly higher expectations because they are your entire grade. So you really have to study and prepare yourself for those. I would say it was pretty easy to get involved on campus. I personally worked with the social media with the international coordinator over there alongside a couple of my friends. And we would go to like the talent show, to field trips on the museum, and we would make videos for it that were later posted. So it was nice to be able to leave a little bit of impact on the social media. Seeing that it was my first time in a new country, the culture shock was kind of a lot for me, but I had some friends over there that were able to help me with that. And I also went out and explored on my own to immerse myself in the culture and really be able to observe it so I can have a greater respect for it while I was there. And also it was really nice because in the Netherlands, English is pretty much the second language next to Dutch, so pretty much everyone spoke English. But I did take a Dutch class at the university, and I also did, Duolingo, so it helped out a little bit, I have to say. And also Google Translate was my best friend, especially when it came to going to different countries and grocery shopping, especially because everything was in Dutch, so a little bit of a learning curve there for me. But overall, the language barrier wasn't too difficult for me to overcome. And I lived just off campus. It was student housing, but it wasn't affiliated with the school. It was an outside company called Duo, and they specialize in housing international students. So I pretty much had my classmates all around me, so I could just go up a couple of floors and go and hang out with my friends. And I also had 3 other roommates that were randomly assigned, and I didn't know who they were until I got there. So it was a little intimidating, but it was nice to be able to have people, and I ended up getting really close with all my roommates. So that made it a little bit easier for me to make friends. And also the university makes it really easy to make friends overall, especially at like orientation. They really want you to get involved. This was something I was really nervous about. I'm a very social person, but I was like, oh my gosh, I'm not gonna make any friends. But I mean, everyone there is looking to make friends. Like nobody knows each other, so it was kind of nice that everyone was in the same boat and you could share that, and it made it a lot easier to make friends. Being a big foodie, I was really, really excited to try the different foods over there. Everybody knows the food in Europe is amazing. I was able to try a lot of new dishes. One of my favorites was shakshuka, which is a Turkish dish, and it was so delicious. I have never really tried a lot of Middle Eastern food, so it really allowed me to try a lot of different things, and so that was really nice. And I'm a very open-minded person, so I did try some different things. One of the weirder things was octopus. I tried it like homemade and in a restaurant, and honestly, it was pretty good. A little bit of a weird texture, but that's what it's about, trying different things, especially with food, especially if you're a foodie like me. Seeing that I was gone during the holiday season, the homesickness, I have to say, hit me pretty hard, especially around Thanksgiving. FaceTime's great, but it can only do so much, I would say. But it was nice to be able to lean on my friends and my roommates to kind of help me with that. Like, for example, on Thanksgiving, my one roommate, she could tell I was feeling pretty sad about not being home and missing Thanksgiving. So we had planned to do roommate Thanksgiving, and she ended up surprising me and inviting a bunch of our friends over, and everyone brought a dish. And it was nice to be able to share my traditions from America with different people who, don't celebrate Thanksgiving. And, everybody had a really good time with that, I have to say. Like I said, I had never really traveled outside of the country, and I don't have a lot of experience in big cities, so the public transportation was a little bit of an obstacle for me to overcome. But I did my research, my friends were able to help me, and honestly it was nice because I was able to just, if I needed help, I could just look at some stranger and be like, hey, am I going to the right place? And they could help me. Everybody was super friendly and open over there, which really was helpful for me to adjust and get comfortable in the country. I also, biking is really big in the Netherlands, so I did rent a bike, and that was a little bit difficult because they have like specific roadways, so just understanding like the unspoken rules kind of. But it was nice to be able to immerse myself in the culture in that respect. Really like taking on like what they do and being able to ride my bike places. It also ended up saving me some money on public transportation, I have to say. Since I wasn't working, I really had to budget myself. I had budgeted a little bit more just in case something were to happen, but I did end up spending less than I expected, which was nice. And I was able to still travel to like 5 other countries outside of the Netherlands and go shopping, get food, and like really enjoy myself. So, I cut costs where I could, but overall, I did end up spending a little bit less than I had expected. I also took advantage of a lot of free activities. There's a lot of times there's like different festivals that just go on like throughout the cities. Like the Netherlands had like a Christmas market, which was really cool. You didn't even have to buy anything. You could just walk around and enjoy the atmosphere. But the biggest thing that I did that was free was just walking around, like especially when traveling to different countries, instead of getting on the public transportation or getting an Uber. Just walk to where you need to go, because then you can really enjoy the city, the architecture, and really everything overall, and not have to spend the extra money. Honestly, walking around is like the best thing to do. Like I said, I had gone to 5 countries outside of the Netherlands. 2 of my favorite, one of them being Spain. My roommate was from there, and so I traveled there with her. She was able to show me around Barcelona, and it was nice to be able to be there with a local, and just the culture there is so beautiful. Plus the nice weather, you can't complain about that. I also really enjoyed Germany. I have a lot of friends that live in Germany, so it was nice to always be able to go and see them. And then my one friend was able to show me around and really like immerse myself into the culture and have a better understanding of it with a local. So it was really nice. And it's 2 different cultures, Spain and Germany, of course, but 2 very nice ones that I very much so enjoyed and will definitely be going back. This study abroad experience has changed me forever, I swear. It's made me more independent and confident to face things that I'm unsure of, take the risk, do things that get yourself outside of your comfort zone, and know that you have the ability to get through it. It like really enhanced those traits in myself. So that was something I really enjoyed. And this also can translate into the work environment, that willingness to face the unknown and take a challenge head on, and have the critical thinking skills to problem solve as you're in a new culture, not really understanding things. It's something that a lot of employers really look for in an employee, someone who's willing to take that risk and go out there and do things that many people would not be willing to do. For anyone who is thinking about doing the study abroad program, the best advice I have for you is to do it. It was so much fun. It ended up being more of an experience than I could have ever expected. And it was scary, don't get me wrong. That whole summer, I was freaking out, doing all sorts of research. But it was just so great. Those nerves turned into excitement. And now I'm already planning trips to go back out there. My friends are coming to visit me. Like, it was just so amazing. And it's really sparked a passion in travel for me that I'm sure will be everlasting.